Guys, so this could be a short video on how to build event organizer partnerships, right? Now, the beautiful thing about this series is that each one of these pieces is a just add work ethic component that you can work on, that you can do to build your event space business, right? It's super simple stuff. It does take hard work, right? But I know that for a fact that every single event space owner that's on here, you guys are no strangers to hard work and work ethic, right? I'm sure you guys have been in there taking out the tiles the first time you guys were building your space, breaking the walls down, painting up the walls, right? Setting up your events, breaking down your events, right? I'm sure you guys are even doing that as we speak, right? Doing those on multiple weekends. Now, what this whole process is, this is going to be the process that takes the most amount of work to make it happen, but can return the largest amount of rewards in the long run, right? It can possibly be the most lucrative way that you can go ahead and build partnerships for your business that'll help you grow and help you run events that are even more profitable than your regular birthdays, baby showers, and the regular birthday types of events, right? Now, it's going to take some work now for our clients, the people that we choose to work with. We actually do this whole process for you guys, right? Instead of you guys having to reach out to event organizers, we have them apply to you, and you have them knocking on your door begging for them to use your space, right? But as you're learning, this is a completely free way to go ahead and get those partnerships. It is going to take more work, like I said, but it's definitely worth it in the long run, right? So we're going to get into it. So let's look at the cool thing about what we can do is let's look at how all the different ways that we can use our space and have some ideas to spark some creativity in how you think about the utility of your events venue, right? Now, you don't only have to run birthday events and baby showers, right? You can do a lot in your venue space. You can do fashion shows, pop-up shops, vendor meetups, game nights, wine tasting, movie screenings, right? Speed dating, paint and sips, art galleries, right? So you can do all of these different types of events, right? And the cool thing about it is there's no limitation. You can get creative with this process, right? We're going to send this to you. You're going to have access to this as well. But you can run any of these types of events. Now, the beautiful thing about every single one of these events, there are professional people out in the world who are running these events successfully every single day and every single week, right? So you don't need to learn how to run the events yourself. In fact, I wouldn't recommend you to actually run or facilitate any of the events, right? It's not worth your time. Right? You're the event or you're the venue owner. You're just the person that provides the venue. It is much more lucrative for you and a much more better use of your time to just find good partners that can run the events for you, market the events, right? And you can do a revenue share model together where you split the profits based on how much ticket sales or regular types of sales are going on at the event, right? This is much more profitable for you, right? So for example, let's say we do a wine tasting and we have, let's say that each ticket is $50, right? And we're able to attract 100 people to the event, right? Your event organizers attract some, you attract some from your existing customer base, and you already know that based on collecting that information from Typeform, right? You know you have 1,000, 2,000, 3,000 people that have come through your doors that said, I would love to come to a paint and sip for you guys, right? I would love to come to this type of event. So you guys are running a paint and sip, you guys are doing that, and you're charging $50 and you attract 100 people, right? That means that that single event, right? And that doesn't need to last that long. You could do it for 3 hours, and you can do 2 of those, 3 of those in a day, right? That single event, you attracted 100 people. You brought in $5,000 of revenue. You split it 2 ways, right? So you make $2,500, they make $2,500, and it ends up being even more profitable than some of the events that you're regular running with your main baby showers, birthdays, and such, right? Now, guess what happens to that partnership between you and that event organizers, right? They're going to be excited to run more events with you, right? Because they're making good profit. And they're going to be encouraged, because it's their business as well, to do more work to market more events, right? And once you have one successful event, right, you're going to have the ability to build a business partnership that's a longer lasting, that allows you to continue. Maybe it starts with 1, then you do 1 a month, then you do 2 a month, and then you can grow from there to make sure that relationship is building and building and building, because you both are profitable from the situation. Plus, the fact is, they are actively marketing for your event venue, right? You're bringing 100 extra people who are coming in, using and spending money inside of your space, thinking of your space as a fun place to be, And now these are more people that you can attract into your marketing and can potentially become clients to book your space or to become customers for other events in your venue. You see how it's a self-fulfilling, it's a positive feedback loop that helps you keep growing your business, right? And you start this with one place, and really the business owners we're excited about are people who want to grow into multiple locations, right? But you use this in one place and it allows you to grow into others as well. So that's the kind of the principle behind it. Let's go about into how we actually track these people, right? So let's say we're doing a paint and sip, right? So we're doing paint and sips. I already did the research for this one. So we're going to go into the Drip and Sip New York City. This is the Cultured Black Girl Club, right? And what we're doing is looking for the organizer, right? So we're going to look for the organizer, right? Perfect. So this is great, right? So let's go ahead and see more events, because all I want to do is just find the event organizer, right? They have, and what we want to do is find event organizers that have a large amount of members. This has 244. It's located in New York, and it's organized by Faye, right? So we want to make sure we get in contact with Faye. So here we'll click on Faye. Right, perfect. And then what we want to do is just go ahead and message her, right? We can find it here, but I already set it up here. So we click on Faye, it will go to our messenger. And then here we have, hey, Faye, and then, hey, love your event, your paint and sip events. I own a event venue in Brooklyn. Currently have over 1,000 customers who have interest in participating in paint and sip events. Would love to talk to set up a collaboration and do a revenue share that is profitable for both sides, right? Call me here, right? And you can have your number, or you can put a booking link so they can link a time and you can call them, right? So either way is fine. I would recommend putting a booking link, because then you have their number and you're in control of when things happen. I really don't like putting in control in other people, because they don't have the same interests as you, so they're not going to value your time as much as you do. So what I would do is put a booking link in there, and then go ahead and have them text you their name and their number and all that stuff, and then from there you can go ahead and then book a time with you, right? So here, and then I would connect my Calendly, and then I would do that, right? So I would send that out to that person, and what I would do is I wouldn't rely on one person, is I would send it to as many people as possible, right? And this is where the sales process comes in, because it's going to take a little bit of work to make this happen, right? Because not every person is going to respond right away. Not every person is going to be interested. Not every person is active on Meetup. There's all these different variables, right? Now, the cool thing about it is that there's a lot of different types of events that we can be running, right? So let's look at another event. So we have paint and sips. Let's say we want to do speed dating, right? Speed dating can be very lucrative, right? Each ticket, people can pay 50, 60, $100 for a ticket. So we do speed dating, and we want to run a speed dating event in our space, and we want to find a good event organizers that can run an event maybe once a month or 2 times a month or something like that, right? Now, the cool thing about that is that, one, it makes your location a go-to place for different types of people, right? So people want to keep coming back for different reasons, because they're always going to find something new, and there's some continuity to it, so they're excited about it. The second thing is it's going to make sure that you have a person that's actively working to market your space, right? This person is going to be actively trying to fill up their event, right? They're going to be trying to get more ticket sales. They're going to be doing the work for you, because it's a revenue share. So you guys are sharing the profit. So they're just as motivated to make it happen in the space as you would be, right? So, but instead of you having to figure out how to do event marketing, you just work with them, do the revenue share, provide them with the space, and it makes it a lot easier, right? So let's say you guys are we'll look for an event that has enough attendees. Most of these are like digital, which we don't want. That's why we clicked in person, right? And we're looking for one that has a lot of things. So this one is New York Speed Dating, ages 25 to 35, 30 attendees, right? So we want to go to this one. And then this is going to load up. It's going to take some time to load up, but here we have Clara. Here we have Clara. Perfect. And we want to reach out to Clara, right? So get tickets. And we also want to see how much the tickets are, right? So we can know what kind of profits they're used to making, what their clientele is used to paying, right? So they get 8 to 15. So you see how it takes work to set these things up, and you don't want to have to do this, right? They do all this work for you, right? Where this is basically how they do. They have a series of 8 to 15 mini dates. Each date lasts 5 minutes. Women stay seated, the men rotate, right? And then they have the ability, there's going to be such and such. Each person will get 10 to 15 dates, blah. Most people come on their own, dress code, right? How to get the matches are going to be emailed. And so they set up all this stuff on the back end, right? They do that for you. So you don't have to have the headache of figuring out like who would like to. No, they organize that. And then here, let's see what they price for. So they do 33, 34 bucks, right? Now, what you can do is you can work with this person and say, hey, 33 bucks is not that, like, let's charge 50 bucks, right? And of course they know, right? This is by social events, this is cool because not only on Meetup, you can also go on Eventbrite and find people, let's say, go on social events who are more professional social event organizers, right? So now you're seeing like it takes a little bit to dig into this and find these people, right? But you're going to have to do that work to find these partners who could be long-term partners with you, right? And the cool thing about this one has 16,000 followers, right? So there's potentially some good ability, like people they're already good at marketing this process. So now you can work with them, right? So that's the social event. And then here you have the Clara. So you want to talk to Clara. So I would reach out both to Clara on Meetup, and I would reach out to the social events team on social events. Right? And I would just go ahead and message her here. Right? So boom. And then I would ask her the same thing. Hey, we have an event space, right? We'd love to organize an event. We have over 1,000 customers who are potentially interested in speed dating, right? Because you've done your market research and you've done your research on all the people that have come through your doors, right? And because you have so many people, it's easier for you to have leverage on that. So you can do that. And then once you're in Eventbrite, this is social events. So you're going to want to do the same thing for social events, right? You want to contact the organizer. And you're going to reach out to them. And you're going to keep doing this with every single type of event that you want to organize, right? And you're going to get good at the process. It's going to take some time to follow up because you're going to have to call them, get on calls, explain, really negotiate something that makes sense for both sides. There's going to be a lot of work that goes into this process. But once you set up a really good partnership, those are partnerships that can last for years because it's lucrative for both sides. So it's worth the effort, right? Because let's say that you get an event organizer that runs an event even once a month. That's an extra $2,000. That's an extra, that's an extra $24,000 over the course of the year. Let's say you have that person run 2 or 3 events, 4 events a month. That's an extra $5,000 that you're making that you wouldn't have been, or $10,000 you were making that you wouldn't have been making before because it's a successful event, right? Plus, you're going to get more customers into your door because they're going to be interested in this type of event compared to others, and then it's easier for you to convert them into clients or customers of other type of events, right? So it's a positive feedback loop. It does take work to make this happen, right? But it's definitely worth it because you're going to be building those long-term partnerships. Now, what I would recommend is you can do it online. You can go visit events, right? Go to events, and this is going to be the most effective way for you to do it. Go to an event, talk to the event organizer in person, right? Build a relationship and start building networking just like that, right? And you're going to be going to multiple events. You're going to learn a lot about how different events run, and you're going to connect to a lot of event organizers, and then you're going to start building relationships. And that's probably the fastest way for you to start getting event organizers in your door because you're actually talking to them in person, okay? So that's something you can do for free. It does take time. It does take a work investment. You are going to have to either visit events or reach out to a lot of people to make it happen. And you're probably going to have to do both. You're going to have to get on the phone. You're going to have to learn a little bit about how to negotiate properly, right? And you're going to have to understand that you have a lot of value as an event organizer and as an event venue owner you have the leverage and you have the power because you're the one that's making the event possible, right? And you're bringing customers to it because you've already collected information, okay? So that's kind of how it works. Now, for our clients, again, we do this for you guys. We make this process as simple as possible, and we make it so that they apply to you and you have options in that, right? But I would definitely recommend for business owners to learn the process. You want to learn how to do sales. You want to learn how to connect with people, right? Because it's just going to help your business grow. All right. But if you have questions about how this works, right? If you want help in how you can go about doing this, right? And if you actually want help in terms of growing your business, expanding it, right? Making sure that you're booked more than 20 extra times per month, right? Making sure your weekdays are always booked, and making sure you get these types of organizers knocking on your door, begging to do business with you, asking, hey, please, I would love to organize this event with you. I'll give you 80% of the revenue. Just let me organize the event. If you want people like that coming to your door, talking to you and trying to help you build your business, then just go ahead and book a time with me right here. We'll talk through it. We'll see what we can do for your business. And if it makes sense for both sides, we'll help you guys out. Okay. So good to talk to you guys. I'll be looking forward to talking to you guys soon.